We are back after watching what seemed like a total 180 or 360. Actually, what's bigger, 180 or 360? Math is hard here, all right? Point is, AIMPUNCH brought the attack hammer, the win hammer, whatever type of hammer, down on Dart Monkeys. It was complete night and day. 13-2 for all of you guys who missed it. Was definitely a clinical, I hate to say it, but that's just exactly how I heard you guys cast that. Hollywood being one of the top leaders for that map, leading his way and his team to victory is what caused us to go on to the third map, which is Breeze. Now, we talked about this before, guys. Breeze has been a map that they have played against each other before. The score was 13-8 from their last matchup, but since our little research, we did find out that they are missing one of their lead members. So based on what I found out, it was Terp, and Terp dropped 31 kills and was just dominating on attack. So not having that player, I wonder if that's going to be kind of hard for them to keep their cool and keep that same kind of pressure that they kept on Breeze before. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that is an impressive scoreline to think about, and not having that player available. And yeah, like you said, I mean, Hollywood, they have just been doing a phenomenal job with their chamber, absolutely carrying that last match. So we'll see, because Breeze, another really good chamber map, probably one of the better ones. I mean, so many good places for chamber to be, so many good off angles, kind of like often picked over or with Jet even. So we'll see. Dart Monkeys, I don't want to count them out, because even though that, I mean, if you only tuned in and saw the bind game, you'd say, wow, what's the big deal about this? But the first game we saw on Icebox, they just ran away with it respectively. So I think either way, both of these teams are pretty evenly matched, and I think we're going to see both of them try their absolute hardest to win this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. This is the map that they must win in order to make it to the semis, which right now we have. Let me pull this up so I can tell you guys. WA Warriors versus Final Form. From what I have heard from our producers, Final Form is currently up one map. We don't know exactly how that match is going because we're not broadcasting it, but so far it is one map under the belt of Final Form. So whoever the winner of this will be will go up against that team. Okay, Final Form is actually going to... I love it. I love the voice in my head. Thank you, production. You rock. So Final Form is in the semifinals, and they will be going up against whatever team wins here. Good luck to both teams. They both are doing amazing, but now it's down to Breeze, where Dart Monkeys are going to be starting on attack. Like I stated, it is a very dominant map for them, since they were able to do very successful their previous time on attack. So now it's going to depend on how they do on defense, or if that one negative or that one substitution of a player is going to cause a shift in their momentum.
It also is kind of interesting to note the differences in kind of the agent compositions of the two maps that we saw. The AIMPUNCH map win, which was bind that we just saw right then, they did play a Raze, and that is maybe not a great pick for Breeze. Previously, they did go for, I believe, the Jet or the Reyna, and those are more standard on Breeze as well. So when you're thinking about big impact players, you have to think about who's playing that duelist, which duelists are viable on which map, and if those duelists, if Dart Monkeys are better with that traditional Jet Reyna duelist, and that's who we're going to see on Breeze, then it could benefit them a little bit, and maybe give them the edge they need to win out on Breeze.
Well, it looks like I do have the team compositions that they chose before. Would you guys like me to tell you those, or do you guys want to kind of fantasize a team composition for our viewers today?
I kind of like spoilers, so I want to.
Same. All right, so on the side of Dart Monkeys, it looks like I mentioned before that Chamber's definitely in their pocket, as well as a Soba, a Jet, a Sky, and a Viper. Kind of traditional, I feel like. Kind of what we see for the most part. And on the side of AIMPUNCH, the only difference is that they have a KO.
Instead of a Sky, or they also have the Sky?
Instead of a Sky.
I don't know. I don't know about you, Mario. I'm almost feeling like Sky is a better pick for Breeze because those blinding lights have a lot of potential to blind a wider range, just because you can throw it as high as you want, and there's a lot of openness on a map like Breeze. I mean, KO has the pop flashes, but that's really all you can do with them is pop flash and kind of clear those close angles.
Yeah, there are like some pretty good lineups you can do with the knife, of course, to shut down and gain info. Even the fragment grenade actually can be pretty strong on Breeze, but you're right. I think, I mean, that's kind of one of the debates, right? Is that who is the best sort of initiator? And I think Sky usually is considered the best. KO, strong pick, but yeah, I don't know. With the way that AIMPUNCH has been playing, I'd be curious to see how KO would work for them, because we haven't seen KO from them in either map so far. Well, actually, no. Didn't Genuine play KO on Icebox? So yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like the Sky was more of a deciding factor almost. So I'd be curious. Maybe that was, maybe they tried it. So we'll see. So maybe that'll be the one surprise, whether or not we will see if we get a KO pick or not.
Absolutely. It's going to be the KO versus the Sky, and it's also going to be who's going to pick up Chamber, because Turp is in here and there's a sub. So who's going to be the Chamber, and are they going to be able to keep up with Hollywood's Chamber? That is the real question. We are ready for Agent Select. Take us in, guys.
Yeah, so let's see kind of how it plays out here. And now that we have the spoilers in hand, it'll be fun to see if all of that stays the same. I mean, there we go. And actually, look, Cute Noob, you were right. Genuine picks up KO immediately. Kaz on Viper, Suerte with Jet, and Katie with Sova. So pretty much exactly the same team comp we saw from them on Icebox. But you're right. Yeah, the KO pick does come out here. And meanwhile, looks like Dart Monkey's kind of going for a very similar pick.
Yes, I am seeing that difference that we talked about before. Era opting for the Sky. I think it's a little bit of a better decision than the KO, but all depends on how skilled these players are on their respective agents. Genuine was really powerful with KO on Icebox, got a lot of information there. So if they can continue rolling that into Breeze, it's not going to be as big of a difference as we initially think it could be.
Yeah, we shall see here. But I mean, essentially, we have more or less identical lineups. It literally actually is the battle of Sky versus KO now. So which initiator will have the biggest impact on this map, I think remains to be seen. What we do know is that both Genuine and, well, actually, Era, this is kind of interesting because she's been playing mostly duelists in the past few maps. So having her on Sky is an interesting pickup because she was Jet on Icebox, she was Raze on Bind, and here on Breeze, she picked Sky.
But you did mention before we started out on Bind, Sky can sort of be played like a duelist. You've got the flash ability, you've got the Trailblazer to try and gain some information. So Era is not the kind of duelist who is going to solo dash on the site, lurk around, play alone. And I think having her on the Sky is actually going to be very beneficial because she can hit the shots, she can play for herself, but she is also a team player, has the regrowth available for that heal. And that might also be a big difference there because there is a heal available on one side.
Yeah, and I mean, the violence is already starting. Koro, 2 kills coming out here with that Sheriff. Kami picking up one as well. And boy, this is, both the games that we've cast with these teams so far, JoJo, have always been extremely violent in their pistol rounds. And look at this, only Hollywood and Kaz left. We were basically setting up the match and 3 people have died.
Yes, I mean, it's always a big impact very, very early in these rounds. There we go. Another pick from Dysphoric. And that plant is going to be stuck. And at this point, it is just down to 1. Kaz, lonely, already in mid, trying to push through double doors. But all of the members of Dart Monkeys are basically aware of where she's trying to get in through.
Yeah, this is tough. Kaz likely just wants to maybe get a kill before going down herself. It's kind of tough, right? Because there's no point in trying to survive at this point. But at the same time, look at this, 2 kills. So, I mean, I guess if you are going to try to go for it, you may as well do as much damage as you can. But does go, unfortunately, down with the attempted defuse. But still, valiant effort from Kaz. Didn't just run out and die. Took 2 people with her.
And I think that stare at the ground while she was sticking that defuse kind of indicated, I've done what I could do here, but a 1v5 not really viable for her to complete. But coming into this next round, it's going to be more of a full buy from Dart Monkeys, at least compared to AIMPUNCH's 5 classics. Actually, 4 classics and a shorty. Okay, Katie, I see you wanting to try your hand with that shorty, and it is a full push out of A. I feel like we've seen this so many times before, Maru. Full push by the defense and full push by the attack, but on opposite sides.
Yeah, they have already gotten on the site here. Koro and Era clearing lots of space on B. Koro even taking an aggressive angle to look for anyone coming from elbow or halls, and is now going to go into the arch area here. Just so much. They've planted, they basically pushed off of B. They just know no one's here. So actually now it looks like they want to try to hold the site from back towards defender spawn. Koro updrafting again, trying to get this high angle, while Era pushing away people from mid. Meanwhile, Marisa from behind gets a really nice kill on the Suerte, leaving all the attackers having to come in from B main. And while shots are getting exchanged, it's just Katie left. And again, another really kind of dangerous position. That was a nice shot, though. Is not going to be able likely to stick this without being accosted by the other team members, and does. Marisa picks up 3 kills, and we now have 2 on the board for Dart Monkeys. Again, we're at like this really, really aggressive start.
All players falling there. That's going to be 0 guns brought into this next round. So it's kind of a decision on Dart Monkey's side. Do they want to full save here? Do they want to half buy and try and do a little bit of eco damage? And it feels like Koro at least purchasing the Marshall, trying to go for those headshots, and Sheriffs and Light Shields purchased on everyone else. So they are definitely not trying to win this specific round. They want to save up their cash to buy full rifles, full shields in the next round, but that full rifle, full shield buy is what we are seeing at the moment out of AIMPUNCH, who are still looking to get their first round in this match. Genuine and Suerte, Genuine with 2 already, giving a big start to that hope.
Yeah, I mean, this went from talking about, you know, can they get their first round on the board to a 1v4 retake scenario, and Genuine getting 4 kills that round. So whether or not KO, the agent, is a good pick, Genuine showing themselves to be a good pick here as she cleans up in this match here, giving AIMPUNCH their first win of Breeze.
That was a brilliant round. Genuine making a massive impact there. And I don't think it was necessarily because of the specific agent that Genuine is playing, which is KO. I mean, there was a little bit of util used there, but it was mainly great shots, great synergy working with the team. And it should have been a roll, which it was when you're talking about the gun differential. But coming in here, full guns, full shields on both sides, no ultimates, or actually 1 ultimate ready. It is null command. Genuine with that 4K able to secure it. So it depends. They want to invest it in this round.
Suerte gets tagged a little, not enough, I mean, just a little bit, a little ding to the armor, but I think that let them know someone was there. So Suerte has to be careful. And you know, these are such interesting pushes. Look, they're kind of like forcing their way through mid. Meanwhile, the defenders are kind of like already circling around to attacker spawn, and it's just kind of a crazy match so far. Oh, fire just being exchanged. Poor Genuine, unable to convert that 1 kill into something more than that. And now we have Katie staring down into halls. And it looks like the site execute is coming to A this time. They are looking to try to get at least a 3rd win or tie it up. But I mean, this, I think right away, right? We're only at the beginning of the game. it's always hard to make some sort of, conclusive decision for that. But what I can say is that these are both teams that don't want to lose, right? These are absolutely looking like they want to walk away with this victory. And Marisa is just going to get that kill and walk away. Lets Kami get the rest of it onto Hollywood. But that was such a great kill. Marisa just gets the head tap and just walks over, takes and just walks away. It's like, okay, bye. I got mine.
Yep, got mine. I'm done. But they are not done here. Koro,
oh, wow.
Those final 2 picks, feeling herself onto Jet a little bit more than they were in the previous matchup. Was a bit of a rough start for Koro, specifically on Bind, and I'm happy to see that they are doing a little bit better already on Breeze. But that is the 3rd match, or the 3rd point that's going to Dart Monkeys. Very, very nice play from them, and it's a forced it's going to force AIMPUNCH back onto a save round. Judge again in the hands of Katie, so we'll see if any real damage can be done by it.
Yeah, we do love our Judge gaming. So Katie kind of running it down. Genuine also just kind of ghost gaming it. But Koro is just waiting with the Vandal. And unfortunately, that is not going to win. You're not going to win that with a Judge and a Ghost at that distance. Oh, Kami getting the standoff against Suerte. And this is not looking like the type of eco round you want from the AIMPUNCH defense here. Poor Kaz is going to get nothing, actually, as Koro collects a 3rd kill, and the push through mid to A is going to go up to Spore, gets the plant. They don't even need to worry about it. Era cleans up. Flawless round from Dart Monkeys, 4-1. And just like the other 2 games, it seems like one of these teams is going to start pulling away from the other. And whether or not AIMPUNCH can recover here is going to be the question, because they do have rifles this round. But is that enough to start shifting momentum?
They do have rifles, and they do have the ultimate ready null command as well as Viper's Pit, and I think those 2 are probably the most powerful defensive ultimates that they have in their utility bag. So I'm expecting Kaz to potentially be ready to pop that Viper's Pit if there is any noise being made on A, and Genuine has that null command in their back pocket as well, just in case they need to eliminate the usage of utility.
Yeah, we shall see what happens here. A little bit of noise being made. Spike actually is just sitting kind of in spawn, so it looks like they are now going to start bringing it somewhere to Sport, going towards B with it. They've cleared a good amount of real estate here into mid to B, so they know kind of where generally the defense is. But honestly, the entire B site is free. The trademark is going to give them some info here, but it's not enough. Hollywood left alone. Suerte does get something, but unfortunately for the defense, the plant is just coming out. They can't stop it, so the plant is down. And Koro, again, holding that angle, absolutely taking advantage of Jet's mobility in this. Fragment from Genuine comes out, trying to push Koro away, and doesn't actually kind of work necessarily, but they do get the kill on Era. Tour de Force gets popped even. I don't think that's going to be enough, but Kami, never mind, gets one. Oh, can't see through the smoke. Gets the spray actually on Kaz. They're not going to be able to stop the defuse, but that is a painful kill. And so we do get, oh my god, Kami's just getting, run up the KDA, why not? I mean, you lost the round, but you did a great job in it, and they paid for it very dearly, with only a single member of AIMPUNCH escaping with their life.
Escaping with their life and escaping with their gun. They are choosing, though, to purchase that operator Suerte, as we saw in Icebox, playing with the operator for the majority of the rounds. But Suerte has the Blade Storm ready, and maybe this is not the round that they want to be purchasing that operator, because they've chosen the glass cannon build operator, no shields, and maybe the Blade Storm would have been the better option there. Koro did pop the Blade Storm, however, ready to take some battles and try and maintain their lead of 2 rounds. Dart Monkeys have not decided which site to go to yet. Hunter's Fury has been popped, and there we go. Suerte making moves with the operator.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. The pop flash comes out, but Genuine gets popped instead. And while Suerte is holding that angle with the op, they are very, very hurt. Era also hurt at 15 HP. Koro just pushing in with the Blade Storm, gets the kill on the Kaz. The ability to just constantly be mobile with Blade Storm is such a benefit to a skilled player, and Koro took advantage of having that weird angle approach. And the plant comes out. So this is, again, honestly, they've managed to get the plants off, even in the rounds that they lose. And so they are executing well. Whether they can collect on this victory here is going to depend on whether or not AIMPUNCH wants to push into it, because to be honest, they're both very hurt. Katie has 10 HP, and honestly, I would probably try to hold on to this Vandal as well. We can also see that, you know, Suerte trying also to hold on to this op, maybe covering an exit for a cheeky kill at the end there. But I don't know, this is a tough one for AIMPUNCH. Dying would give the team more money, but is it worth losing a Vandal and an op for?
If you're Dart Monkeys, are you hunting here? What are you trying to do?
I think Koro was hoping, but didn't manage to find. Kind of ironic, right? We get to see from our perspective, we know that if Koro had simply looked in the other direction in halls, they would have found Katie, but they didn't. And we get the timeout here from the defense. AIMPUNCH likely trying to collect themselves and figure out what they can do to kind of get into, you know, a leading position here, because it's not that they're playing wrong, they're not playing badly, but they are not winning the fights they need, and even their victories come very, very close to the wire, like we saw there, right? I mean, Kami almost got all three of them there, probably wouldn't have been able to stop the defuse, but almost wiped everyone surviving. So I'm not sure what AIMPUNCH is going to do here in their timeout, but they definitely need to collect their mental a little.
I mean, both of the rounds that they have won were defuse wins. So if we think about that, that means that they need to continue to let Dart Monkeys take site. Dart Monkeys' aggressiveness, their use of utility might just be too much for AIMPUNCH to combat. So because they have won only in their retake, that's what they need to put their focus into, and that's what they need to continue doing. If they want to try maybe to stop Dart Monkey's initial attack, then they need to figure out if that's even possible sooner rather than later, because if they continue doing what they are doing in the rounds where they're not playing retake, it's going to look very bad for them, especially if AIMPUNCH is able to get a few more.
Oh yeah, this doesn't actually spot out, gets destroyed, but doesn't actually spot anyone with the Tasmanian Tiger. So we are looking, Marisa, oh my god, what an angle. Marisa is so patient on these lurks, and it's possible she actually could get, she gets one off of it, forces the team to kind of change their attention. And look at this, Dysphoric and Koro also. And now Marisa is leading the charge back to B as the only two remaining defenders are back in spawn. Oh, Jojo, I think what you said is correct. Maybe they do need to just let them on the site so they can try to recover from there. Hollywood with the op, but the new changes to Breeze B site kind of makes it hard to get an angle from this position. It's really difficult to see common plant spots anymore because of the new boxes in the way.
Very, very true. But the one thing that we can see is anyone tagged up by Sova's utility. Hollywood stuck backside, 33 HP, has the operator, probably needs to save at this point. They are playing a very dangerous game. Ring around the rosy with Era, and Era needs to connect one bullet here. Oh my gosh, the headhunter instead.
Does go down, but that was fantastic play from Hollywood. Really good patient control there. And, you know, unfortunately, again, another round in the bag for Dart Monkeys, but AIMPUNCH is showing that they kind of know how to recover from the gunfights. But yeah, I think you might be right, Jojo. Maybe they do need to just play retake, because when they push out like that, Dart Monkeys seem to be waiting for it. They absolutely are right. Marisa with that extremely slow rotate suddenly coming up behind the defenders. And there she goes again, lurking towards B, looking to maybe try to catch somebody out again.
And that is so, so dangerous. AIMPUNCH needs to be aware of that aggressiveness. Hollywood instead being aggressive. Kami shutting it down right off the bat. And Koro maintaining that space gathering momentum in halls. Marisa on the complete opposite site with two clean headshots. This is going to be massive.
Oh, wow. Kami is dead actually, because last one alive is that Abel can't. Koro gets another one, and now it's 7-2. And Jojo, this is basically bind, but for Dart Monkeys, they are just running wild on attack here.
And it is so impressive that they are able to really come back from what we saw on bind. I mean, nothing even damaging their mental whatsoever. They are being aggressive, they are fighting, they are taking these 1v1 battles and winning them. They're making brave moves by, you know, Koro walking all the way down through halls, peeking out on bridge, stuff that's unexpected by AIMPUNCH, and that is what is winning them these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, if we take a look at KDA while we are in this timeout, by the way, Jojo, I think it's kind of important to pull up Genuine actually top frag for AIMPUNCH here with 7 kills, but also 7 deaths. So unfortunately, it's just not really converting into a positive, right? They are staying fairly neutral. And that's kind of unfortunately the only one. Everyone else negative. Hollywood, previously the top frag of the team in previous games on our series here, actually not having a really great game here. So that also is probably playing into some of these performance issues for AIMPUNCH. Hopefully they can recover. They take a little time from this extra timeout. And meanwhile, though, Koro and Kami, 11 kills each, 22 total. Even like both of them combined, just overly dominating the map here. So Dart Monkeys seem very, very confident in their gunplay on Breeze.
And that is exactly what you want to see from them, especially when they are on the attack half. That means they're doing what they should be doing for their team. Suerte holding halls with the operator and just pulls it away. Kami swinging that one, fearless, tapping the head, and Suerte cannot follow up on that kill. Absolutely brutal in halls. Viper Spit has now been popped, the spike is gonna be planted, and everything that AIMPUNCH wanted to do, playing retake here, is gonna be so tough.
Yeah, Viper Spit kind of always throws a monkey wrench into, no pun intended there, but does throw a bit of a curveball into your retake scenario because she's just taking up so much real estate of your own site that you have to kind of just guess. And unfortunately, they don't have the recon dart now to find her in her smokes, right? And look, Kaz is getting something, but it's just down to poor Genuine with the Sheriff trying to look, you know, stuck on the 1 HP from the decay, peeks out, unfortunately can't, and Koro gets the kill there. 5 HP from Koro. What a close one there. But we are now 8-2, and Dart Monkeys, I mean, it is always too close to call sometimes, but I think Dart Monkeys are looking to be moving on from this match to the semis.
That is, unless AIMPUNCH can bring it back in their attacking half. But based on the pattern we've seen from both Icebox and Bind, if one team has an advantage in the half, they're going to close it out in the next one. So if that pattern is going to remain, Dart Monkeys will be moving on to that semifinal match later today. But this match is still going on. Anything can happen, and Kami has popped Tour de Force. Gonna push down halls with that one. Has had a lot of success in the previous round. Suerte this time not on the operator. So it's gonna need a nice Vandal headshot to deny any more space from Kami.
Yeah, look at these, just aiming, slowly waiting. And honestly, this is a really interesting strategy because Dart Monkeys have kind of gone for these very strong, aggressive plays on the site. And now they're just sort of switching their momentum, right? Going slow, Kami pushing down halls with the Tour de Force and is going to walk into Suerte, who sort of hesitates there, doesn't actually get the kill off. The Cloudburst is going to buy them a little bit more time against this Tour de Force. But honestly, Suerte's got to be careful. Hollywood looking to rotate maybe to help their teammate here, but Kami is essentially just constantly walking forward. There we go. Suerte gets the kill finally. And the rest of the team coming through Nest. Hollywood gets sprayed down through the blind. Suerte does get a trade here. And meanwhile, Dysphoric is just planting the bomb on A.
And those two players who were over on A, not dealing with any of the fighting happening in halls and mid, were able to secure that plant. But now, is it enough for them to continue securing this post plant? Both Marisa and Dysphoric playing together. Dysphoric brought down, but Marisa,
No
oh my
way,
God,
almost.
almost making that one happen. Just one more shot could have made it work.
And Katie has to actually start going for the defuse, because I think if she went to revive KO, I don't know if she would have had time to defuse. No, she had plenty of time, 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Probably genuine, just saying, you know what, it's not worth it, just let me die, I'll just buy a gun.
Yes, Marisa should be feeling pretty good about that one. It was very, very close, and it absolutely should not have been. But this is the potential for an 8-4 or a 9-3 half. We're going to see if Dart Monkeys can close it out on their attack side half and bring them into their defensive half on a win. Again, Maru, all 3 wins from AIMPUNCH on defense were defuses. All 3 of them.
Yeah, so we shall see what happens here with this team, because honestly, I feel like AIMPUNCH need to get a couple more rounds before the swap if they want to feel comfortable with trying to get back into it, rather than trying to claw out of the hole. But honestly, Dart Monkeys, I think, are starting to really pull away here. That last round kind of almost went to them by accident, really. So again, these post-plant scenarios do work for them, but not necessarily always dominantly.
Kaz hanging out in that Viper's pit, and Era is going to attempt to Trailblazer her out. And now Huntress Fury to follow up on it.
Oh.
What is going on here? 2 chambers getting 2 kills.
Get out of my way.
This site is nearly free. Hollywood needs to back up off of it, wait for AIMPUNCH to rotate over, and hopefully they're going to play for retake. Opposing Hunter's Fury pulled out, trying to deny the plant, but it is too late. Now Katie just trying to go for any sort of damage that she can do. A lot of util on both sides, so it's really going to come down to chance and who can peek these angles, who can get the picks first.
Yeah, and usually a 1v1 trade is not always exactly what you want, but getting rid of Viper was such a big part of this AIMPUNCH defense. I mean, that was a big thing to keep them off of B, and Dart Monkeys have managed to convert that into a 3v1. I don't know, Katie kind of popping off here, though, 2v1 now as she's trying to go for the defuse. 18 HP against the op, and the plates are just everything. Bomb going off, ops coming out, knives flying. 9-3 now, though, for Dart Monkeys, and we switch sides. Is this, Jojo, will we get our 9-3 curse of the day? I don't know, but we shall see what happens in this swap.
I mean, how do we really feel about AIMPUNCH's attack? We saw it was a little bit lacking on bind, but it looked better than their defensive half there. So, I mean, I don't really know. We have to see with these first 2 rounds, which some would say are critical, some would say are just, you know, they don't count really. But considering our score line with the pistol round and the round after, it is possible for Dart Monkeys to have 11 rounds to 3. So we really need to see AIMPUNCH take this attack and go for it right away. They need to figure it out as soon as they can, because that is the only way they're going to be able to bring this back.
Yeah, we see here the fight kind of starting already. A lot of space being taken in mid here by the attacking AIMPUNCH team this time, but it doesn't necessarily get them much. They haven't gotten a pick yet, so they are going to slowly start to work their way towards a site, perhaps. Looks like it's going to be a B hit. Suerte with the Sheriff trying to get a kill, does not, dashes away from danger as Koro also dashes. The amazing utility of Jet being able to reposition herself, getting healed up there. But we'll see. That is one thing that AIMPUNCH don't have going for them. They don't have any way to heal themselves of damage, and actually on a pistol round, that's kind of a big deal. You get, you know, really only a little bit of health. Having that sky heal might be important to get this win for Dart Monkeys, because the bullets are starting to fly, and while AIMPUNCH had a good lead here, it is only Suerte with the Sheriff now to defend this attempted site plant, and she doesn't even have the bomb to put it down. She does get the kill though on Marisa, so it's 2v1. Can't convert though. The kill from far back into the distance with Koro takes it to 10-3.
That is double digits and gives a 7-round differential in favor of Dart Monkeys. This timeout needed to happen right now. They have lost the pistol. They have a big potential to lose this next round. So they need to figure out, should we buy up as much as we can with our very, very poor economies, or should we hard save, give them the 11th round, and then attempt to claw back up from there? And that is a huge amount of pressure that they are going to be putting on themselves if they do allow that 11th round, because then you're one away from match point.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the combo we were having on Bind, right? Whether they could afford to not buy up after pistol round for Dart Monkeys, and now we're having that same conversation about AIMPUNCH. So these two teams are just constantly kind of flipping back to back. It's so, 50-50 on them, which one is going to dominate. And right now, I think if I'm AIMPUNCH, I think maybe I have to buy, because there's not that much space, right? Okay, so you let them have this round, and then it's 11-3. And then you buy, and then what happens, right? Because then if you lose, then you're on an eco round for match point. Meanwhile, if you buy up here, what happens if you lose this one, right? So it's very difficult. We have the, I like that little huddle there at a point. So AIMPUNCH definitely seem like they're in it. They want to, they're not giving up here. Love the little jump huddle as they come out rushing on the site here, and they are going for it. Did not really buy up a little bit. Some Spectres, some Frenzies, Sheriffs, but they have taken an aggressive stance here. They're going to get the plant money, and not a kill yet. Genuine does get one onto Era, but it's kind of 1-for-1. Koro just barely doesn't see the top. Oh, the Spectre Gaming.
So much damage being done on both sides, but who are going to succeed in getting these kills? It's still a 2v2. Maru, everything is possible here. Hollywood wrapping around the back, just down to them. Kami needs to stick this one, put all of their trust into Dysphoric, because Hollywood, who has been so clean, it needs half. Come on, if one of you just stick it in, there we go. The Phantom from Dysphoric. Too much for Hollywood to deal with. The defuse is going to come through. We are at 11.
That was tough. Hollywood really tried their best there. And honestly, the right click, I think, almost got the kill on Akami. The nerf to the right click, I think, betraying Hollywood a little bit in that exchange, unfortunately. And yeah, it is now 11-3. But since they bought somewhat, look, it's sort of a scuffed by here, right? Spectres and a Bulldog. And if they lose this one, then what do you got? Just pistols for your match point? I mean, stingers, I guess. It's tough. This is a really difficult place to come back from.
Luckily for them, though, it is going to be somewhat of a bonus showing out for Dart Monkeys. They've also got a mixed by Sheriff, Spectre, Judge. That one Phantom, though, that was brought over could be the difference maker. Lots of aggression already through holes. That's all 5 players, and Kami has a huge task ahead of her, trying to shoot this one down. Genuine. Wow.
This reminds me of that push that they did on Icebox, right? Where they went from B all the way to A. And look, they went all the way from A halls, wrapped around to B. And I mean, they got the plant. This is actually looking like they're going to succeed in getting this one. Hollywood collecting some more heads. And now it's just Koro and Era left. I don't know. I think we're gonna see AIMPUNCH get this one. Yep, there we go. It's just for Koro with 6 HP.
6 HP and a Sheriff. The headshots are not coming through, and it is a flawless 4th round on the board for AIMPUNCH. A round they did not think they were gonna win. They kind of just rushed halls. No cares in the world. If it was going to happen, it was going to happen then, and it totally worked out for them. So whatever they did there, maybe it was the surprise attack, it was the crazy positioning you can get by pushing through halls, but whatever it was, worked out for their attack side, and now they have the decision. Do they want to keep the guns that they just won with, or are they going to upgrade? And looks like they kept those guns. Oh my
Shorty
gosh.
Gaming, let's go. Marisa gets the kill and dies for it, but you know what? I'm okay with some Shorty Gaming, and we are now looking in a pretty rough position actually for Dart Monkeys. Koro, last one alive, all the way on A, just kind of admiring the RGX Katana, which is a nice melee weapon to have, but is going to make cleaning this up probably a little difficult, working with just the Sheriff again, and a lot of distance to clear and not a lot of time to do it in.
But imagine if they are able to succeed here, it would be absolutely brutal.
Oh,
And there we go, Genuine snagging their third on this round. 3 guns gonna be brought in, and the gap is closing, but is it too slow?
I don't know, because this is the difficulty of dealing with these momentum shifts at the half, because even though they are down in total rounds, once they got onto attack, they've actually started to win these last few rounds, which means the money is going their way, so they're going to constantly keep this money advantage. And to be honest, there's somewhat unique attack strategies I think are working out in their favor. I mean, nobody probably would have called them to run all the way down halls to B, and let's see, because that worked, right? They got the plant the other round. So aggression for AIMPUNCH seems to maybe be what they need to be working with here. And meanwhile, look, this is a very quiet defense from Dart Monkeys.
It almost feels a little bit afraid. They do have the risk of losing this, and Era pushing through, getting those 2 clean headshots. Kaz shutting it down, but more trades on both sides. There is still player advantage on the side of Dart Monkeys. Kaz able to plant the spike, and now it's a 3v1 essentially. Kaz cannot go for the res. Oh no, it's gonna be so dangerous. 2 pushing in. Kaz making it work.
Oh no, the wrong Viper won that duel. And Marisa now looking to pick whichever gun she wants. There's the operator. May as well get the most expensive one on the map. And now the defuse comes out, puts them to match point, and Dart Monkeys have stopped that momentum dead in its tracks and are 1 away from victory. Doesn't actually even keep the okay. Marisa is crawling up here.
What's going on there? But yeah, if it was anyone, it was going to be Marisa. She, Viper main, knows exactly where a Viper is likely to play within a Viper's pit and how they are going to want to secure that post plant. And Kaz, unfortunately, just got red. But there we go. Match point. Just needs to shut it down here. Dart Monkeys 1 away. And now that Koro again has the operator in hand, any site that Koro is at, which here is A, is going to be extremely dangerous for AIMPUNCH to push into.
And forces Koro away from that high position, though. Can't stay there once being spotted by the Owl drone. So they're going to have to try to go for the more conventional, being on the ground operator push. And not able to. The aggression again from AIMPUNCH is forcing Koro away from trying to hold angles. But a lot of bullets are flying. So many blinds and walls and smokes are in the way. And Koro actually ditches the op for a Phantom, just trying to maintain some sort of pressure as Kami picks up Suerte here. Oh, Dysphoric getting 2 and is down. And that is it, folks. 2-1. Dart Monkeys win the series against AIMPUNCH.
There we go, Maru. The team that will be progressing into our semifinal matches later today is Dart Monkeys. Very, very well played by both sides there. I don't know if we would have called this result at any point. Icebox, very decided win for one side, and then suddenly we're flip-flopping on Bind. So kind of a crazy conclusion to this matchup, but that means that we're going to be able to witness more action from Dart Monkeys later today in their semifinal match.
Yeah, really great gameplay from both teams. I mean, that was of any of the series to go to game 3, I guess that was the one, because it was crazy on every map. They were just fighting tooth and nail. And we know, like Cute Noob told us at the beginning, this is a rematch between these two teams, and Dart Monkeys again claiming the win here. But I feel like we're going to see a lot from both of them. and I'd love to see AIMPUNCH come back and keep that rivalry kind of going between them. It'd be fun to watch another series of them because they seem very evenly matched, right? Unfortunately, it's best of 3. I feel like if it was best of 5, we'd be even more down to the wire. Who knows? It'd probably be going back and forth even to a 5th map. But yeah, we are getting ready to head out for the day for us. So Maru, myself, and Jojo, my partner, will be back tomorrow. But when we come back from the break, it will be once again the dynamic duo of Gompers and Ash joining Cute Noob for the semifinals match. So hang tight, everybody. Take a break after that wonderful series. And Jojo, it was great casting with you again today.
You as well, Maru.
And we'll see all you tomorrow for the finals. But stay tuned. We got more Valorant coming up.
Yep.